Hello everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are checking in on my 22 books to read in 2022. Now, I will say last year I did this same sort of thing, checking in on the 21 books I read in 2021, and I did better than I thought. Like, I think I read about half of them by the time I checked in. This year, I'm currently pre-filming in November for Bookmas, so I do have time left in the year in case I see any books on this list that I'm like, ooh, I forgot about that and I want to read it. But I will say I think I've done worse this year. I know for a fact I picked a couple series that I wanted to finish and I don't think I've touched them. I also know for a fact I picked The Stand again this year, which is this, where is it? Right here. The orange book back here. I also picked that in 2021. Did not happen. Did not happen this year. I have a plan for next year. I am going to read it 100%. However, it's not going to end up on my 23 and 2023 list because I'm going to do it differently for next year, which actually will be tomorrow's video. So if you're curious about my 23 and 2023, it's tomorrow. That will be showing up soon. But otherwise, yeah, we're going to rewatch and have me react to my 22 in 2022 list. I don't remember much else that was on it besides a couple series, and I think I remember both series. Was it only 2 series? I remember a couple series that I put on there I did not read, and I definitely remember The Stand was on there, and I did not read that. So yeah, I don't check in on this list like at all throughout the year because once I make this video, I sort of forget about it, which is part of the reason I'm going to do next year's a little bit differently. So I think I'm going to be just as surprised as you guys. I do have my headphones in, so I have the video queued up. We're going to go through and just sort of see what I have read and what I haven't. So yeah. Okay, let's start. Hello everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, let's go forward to the books that I knew I didn't get to, and I definitely think I still need to do it. So I have The Stand here by Stephen King. So yeah, The Stand by Stephen King, we talked about that one. I have not read that one, but I do for sure have plans to read it next year. The second one I actually did talk about in the 10 books I wish I would have read this year, and it is Fantasy of Frost by Kelly St. Clair. This was a gift from Lana from Lore and Lullabies, so I actually have read this one. I also read the second book in this series. I think that one I read through Kindle Unlimited. It's a 4-book series and I'm pretty sure I've only read the first 2, but I really enjoyed them, so I do want to continue in the series and eventually get the rest of them physically as well. The next book I would actually like to read is an ebook, and it's going to be From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. I have not read that one. I actually don't think I've read any Mariana Zapata this year, even though I really do enjoy her works. And it's something that I want to read. Like, I definitely want to read it. I want to read more of her stuff. I want to do, like, all of her backlist. But yeah, I think this one came up on a TBR at least once this year, and I didn't get to it. My reading this year, obviously, since being pregnant and then having a newborn, went down, like, crazily, and then, like, now that I'm getting back into reading, it's been up and down. Like, it's so crazy, I can't predict anything. But yeah, I did not read this one, even though I do think it was on a TBR. The next one I want to read, I think, was also on this list last year. It's The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. Okay, so apparently a book that was also on 2021, and then on 2022, I did not read it. I did not read The Burning God. I don't think this one also was on a TBR. I think this was at one point on a poll pick for a TBR with my TBR game, but you guys did not pick it, so I did not read it. Also, I have just been sort of avoiding it because it seems very intimidating. The next 2 books sort of go together, and this is where I'm slightly making it easier for myself, is putting books from series on this list. So the ones that I have here currently are Take a Hint, Dani Brown, and Get a Life, Eve Brown. I read... Okay. I specifically said that I was putting series and things on this list to make it easier on myself, and this is one of the ones that I remembered I had on this list. I have not read either one yet. However, I did actually end up picking Take a Hint, Dani Brown for my December TBR. And like I said, I'm filming this in November right now, so I don't know if I would have read it by the time you guys are seeing this video, but it is in my plans to read. I don't know if I'll get to Eve Brown this year, but I'm going to put Eve Brown in no, and I'm going to put Dani Brown in a separate category. Not yes, not no. In the it should be done by the time you guys see this video, hopefully, because it is currently on my TBR. I have an entire series that I want to, first of all, reread and then finish, because I never finished these books. So I have book number 1, Trying to Live with the Dead by B. L. Brunnemer. Book 2, When the Dead Come A-Knockin'. Book 3, When to Fear the Living. Book 4, Whispers from the Dead. Book 5, When Evil Comes to Play. Book 6, Secrets from the Grave. And then the rest are going to be on ebook. Book 7, When the Dead Have It Easy. Book 8, When the Dead Come Home. And book 9, When the Grave Calls. So, I have read, I think, the first 7 previously, and I was going to finish the series. I was also potentially going to vlog it, but my vlogs sort of stopped around May of this year, I want to say. So yeah, I did not read any of them this year, so I guess I'm going to count all 9 of them as no, I didn't do it, even though some of them I've read before, but from this list, I didn't do it. Yeah, we're really off to a bad start. Okay, then the next one I have here is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. Still have not read Daughter of Smoke and Bone. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous cover. It's a very classic YA series, in my opinion. Like, that's what I feel like. I remember a lot of people reading it, like, when BookTube was, like, first becoming a thing. And I just never got to it. This actually was a present from somebody as well, and, like, I need to get to it, and I haven't yet, so, yeah. Then I also have, don't hate me for this, but, The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I have read it. I actually have read it. I read it as a buddy read this year. I did enjoy my time reading it. I didn't end up keeping it. I unhauled it recently, mostly just because it's a hard-hitting YA contemporary, and I unhauled quite a few of those this year because I just don't feel like I'm going to read them again. But I finally did read The Hate You Give. The next one is another ebook. This is going to be Cute Mutants Volume 1, Mutant Pride by S.J. Whitby. Okay, so this is one that, again, I really, really want to get to. I have not yet. Technically, I'm in the middle of doing the Clear Your Shit Readathon, which is from November through the end of December, so we're still in the middle of this, and there was a side quest near the end of November where you could read this specific book or a couple other ones that the hosts picked. However, you also don't have to do the side quest, and since I am so up and down with reading right now, I'm planning on skipping it. So I don't think this is one that I'm going to read this year, even though I really, really should. Then we're going to be cheating again for a second, because I have this, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, or I should say The Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. For 2022, I have Life, the Universe, and Everything. I also want to read So Long and Thanks for All the Fish, and Mostly Harmless. Yeah, I did not pick up The Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, even though that is also 3 more books off this list. Like, literally, I counted the last 3 books from this series. So yeah, 3 more in the no category because I did not read it. And then finally, last but not least, I have You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. Okay. So, yeah, last but not least, apparently, because I also did not read that one. Yeah, I did horribly this year. Like I said, I thought I did a horrible job last year with my 2021 books, like 21 to read in 2021, and I ended up about half and half with, I think, slightly more read than unread. But this year, I have 19 that I did not read, 2 that I did read, and 1 that is still on a TBR that hopefully I've read by this time. Because I'm just filming this early, if I'm editing this later, I will let you guys know. Have I read it by this point? Because I'll probably edit this closer to when this video goes up versus when I'm filming it. Have I read Dani Brown? Who knows? Well, you guys might now. It should be on the screen. Yeah, that was horrible. And like I said, I just like never remember to look at this list throughout the year. So I definitely could have checked on stuff. I could have made sure I was reading these books, and I didn't. And I didn't in 2021 either, but I did better. But that's part of the reason I'm gonna do something different in 2023. So again, that video is coming out tomorrow. I will explain my whole thought process, everything that we're going through, everything that I'm planning on reading, and like how we're gonna like make sure I'm doing that in tomorrow's video. So yeah, definitely failed this year, but that is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I'm currently doing the 12 days of Bookmas, so I'll have a new video up tomorrow, and I will see you then. Bye!